Welcome back to 30 Players in 30 Days. And if you've been watching my series, you know that the majority of players that I've been talking about tend to be lower value buys. But we're going to pause on that and we're going to talk about someone who is on the opposite end of the scale. He's definitely not a cheap buy, and he's a risky acquisition due to what you'll have to pay for him. Let's talk about Lamar Jackson. We all know that Lamar Jackson's 2019 season was insanity and set the bar at a ridiculously high level. And then in 2020, that bar came crashing down, relatively speaking. I mean, he was still the 10th ranked quarterback, but it was below what people expected. And when you throw for 10 less touchdowns and you're already a low volume passer, it just makes things kind of difficult from a fantasy perspective. Let's look at 2020. Lamar ranked 24th in attempts, 22nd in yardage, and the team as a whole ranked dead last in pass attempts compared to the NFL. The lack of a pass game just puts a cap on their ability to compete with top teams who are more complete. They know it's time to invest in the pass. And while they weren't able to snag any huge names in free agency, the fact that they did pursue multiple free agent receivers tells you that they know what's needed. And they did make moves and they drafted to support the pass game. That 2020 receiver core just wasn't complete, and having such an empty group, it was just a huge advantage or disadvantage for Lamar. With the additions of Bateman and Watkins, we've added size. And then on the other end, with speed, they were able to add Wallace. So with that, Lamar Jackson is going to have a more complete group added to Hollywood Brown and Mark Andrews. No, they're not going to become the Chiefs, but we should expect an uptick that will raise Lamar's stats and improve his volume from last year, particularly in the red zone, where it would be the most beneficial for us as fantasy owners, and where Baltimore was ranked just kind of middle in the road in terms of their efficiency last year. 2020 should go down as an anomaly for Jackson and not the standard. So expect a bounce back season with sustained rushing stats, increased yardage, and an uptick in touchdowns.